What up, gangland? We back with another one. Another one, man. Stay consistent. Just give y'all some game, you know what I mean? A little bit of wisdom. Uh, we gonna go over a couple things. This video is gatekeeping in the industry real. But first, before we get into that, um, for whoever thought in that video or the video about why I don't get mentioned in the history of the Bay and in Frisco rap conversations and in documentaries, why they skip over me, whoever thought I was complaining, I wasn't complaining. I was answering a question, you know what I mean, that more than one person has asked me. It's like, why you think they don't mention you? They hating? Is they don't want you to get on? Like, what is it? And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why. That's a great question. Why don't they mention me? You know, I've been on albums that was on Billboard. A lot of people ain't never did that rap. Area Players hit Billboard. I hit Billboard. Time to Stack sold definitely well over independent 30, 40,000, but we had a lot of returns with the warehouse because you could back then you could buy an album or tape and return it in 30 days and get a whole nother album from a different artist. They stopped that soon because a lot of artists lost money like that, including me, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But not to go into that, just for whoever felt like I was complaining, I wasn't complaining. I was just telling my story, just letting y'all know, like, yeah, I deserve the flowers. I deserve to be mentioned. And I was really out there. I wasn't just some dude who just popped up. I wasn't no plant where they just put me out there and I just happened to be from Frisco and I just happened to be this nigga that was doing all this shit that nobody seen or nobody was aware of or was around or did dealings with or business with in the street. I'm actually one of the people that was out there, you know, active. So that's all that was, you know. It might have came off, it was a rant, you know, but complaining don't get you nowhere. But telling your story for content, that definitely will get, it's informative and it'll definitely get you somewhere, you know. But nah, I don't complain, you know. If that was the case, I would have been complaining. Because I've been getting did like that, you know what I mean? And I ain't the only one. Y'all in the comments, you mention other artists that they don't get mentioned, and that's true. But yeah, it is other artists that don't get mentioned, but no disrespect, I'm better than them artists. You know what I mean? My music is better than them artists. Just for the simple fact that my album will be turning 30 this year, and I still get notifications of likes every day from my songs on that album, on my SoundCloud, on YouTube, and on other platforms. I still got a lot of listeners on Spotify under Young Ed. So if these people that weren't getting mentioned no more, they music's still not relevant. Find a way. Never had a video to that song, and that song is still relevant. I got people that wasn't even born when that song came out, then they tell me that's their favorite song. They inbox. I got people from other countries that hit me up and say that's one of their favorite songs of all time, and they bump that daily. I'm in the rotation to this day. That's 30 years of rotation. So some of these other people that's not being mentioned, they was cool. And then, you know, and me saying that I'm better than them is not me hating on them. But the proof is I'm better than them. My music is better. I make better music than them. So that's y'all can say that's my opinion, but of course I'm gonna say that because you're not supposed to say nobody better than you. You're supposed to say you the best, right? So this is where we at with it. But gatekeeping is definitely an industry thing, and this is what I was unaware of when I got into the music. I thought the music industry was all about just talent. I thought the music industry was all about just you make great music, it gets heard, people hear it, they let it pass it on word of mouth, little promo here, promo there, you blow up. That's how it was organic. That's how we did it back in the day. It wasn't no social media. You know, people had to hear the music. That's why they made snippets on promos, and you know, people ride around with beat bumping your stuff. And we're like, who was that? And I've heard my stuff several times in different cities, people bumping my stuff. So for people to be like, gatekeeping ain't real, or is gatekeeping is definitely real. The radio station gatekeeps. Certain artists that's at a certain level will gatekeep, will keep you from getting to a certain point. They won't give you that cosign. The labels will gatekeep. They won't try to sign certain people, even though these people might be better than some of the artists they got, like talent-wise. And that's where you come to know that music is not about talent. It's a business. It's about connections. It's about who you know. And in this industry, you got to do something strange to make the change. It ain't going off of just because your demo was nice, or you made it, your single hit 1 million views or 10 million views. It's artists that have billions of streams that are broke. Gatekeepers. They keep you from doing shows, tours. And this ain't complaining. This is just stating facts of the industry. That's why if my kids was to ask me, they want to tell me they wanted to be in the music industry, I'd tell them, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Because I wish I could have went to Fresno State and played football. I had that opportunity. But I was like, well, I'm going to keep banging, risk getting injury when I could just rap and make the same amount of money. Because I thought it was just off of the talent. I knew that I had the talent to make music, that I could make money off of it. But I didn't think there was going to be entities and forces in a way that would block that would keep it from getting to a certain level. And that's what the industry is. And sometimes the people you work with could be working against you. You just don't never know. It's a crooked game. It's a wicked game. And my grandmother warned me when I was younger, and I was like, nah, it ain't like that, Grand. She said, the music business is not a good business. She's like, do anything else but music. I didn't understand at the time. Now, as you see, like the things that happen with these celebrities, we ain't gonna get all into it. You know that it's gatekeeping. There's certain people you gotta surpass in certain regions that have to give you that stamp for you to make it to the next level. It's kind of like a video game. It's not based on talent. If that was the case, there wouldn't, in Hollywood, there wouldn't be casting couches. There's casting couches in music too. You know? Sometimes you gotta go to them parties and, you know, get it like personal, or get something where they have something over you. Is that not gatekeeping? So, we ain't gonna make this video long, but the short answer to is gatekeeping in the industry real? Yes, it is. I'm not finna name no names of people who I have heard are gatekeepers or understand to be gatekeepers. That's for y'all to figure out, because I'm not snitching on this platform. I'm just giving y'all some game. I'm just giving y'all my experience, what happened. It's not complaining, it's content. It's telling my story. And I feel like people are deliberately keeping my name out or skipping over me. That's my experience. It's not a complaint, because I'm still gonna smash regardless. You feel me? I still make money off my music regardless. I still have fans all over the world regardless. But the fact remains, people hate. And that's just, I knew what I signed up for. People didn't like the fact that I knew how to rap and that I actually had songs with, you know, locally, I had songs with local stars that we looked at as neighborhood celebrities. People didn't like the fact that I was rubbing elbows and doing music with this, so they hated. You know, just like it's congratulators, there's haters. You gotta balance out, and a lot of times you get more haters than players. So we the last of a dying breed. The true, real players is the last of a dying breed. So the gatekeeping is definitely real. The wicked, just with the different trials you've seen these artists go through, the sex rings and all that stuff, you see that it's a wicked industry. I never been into doing no rituals. I never been into nothing like that. No homo, no gay, and I ain't knocking gay people, but I'm not finna compromise my manhood to get fame and fortune, because I believe in the Lord, and I believe in that scripture that says, why lose your soul, to gain riches on earth? Because it's temporary. All this temporary, we all gonna go. So I made music to reach people, to touch people in a good way, and I'm glad that I was able to still do that. So I don't feel like a failure when I come to my music. Did I reach the pinnacles and goals that I set out to do? No. I wanted platinum plaques. I wanted world tours. I didn't meet that. I wanted radio plays. I didn't meet that goal. But I reached the people. I touched people. People hit me up and like, man, your song helped me get through stuff. That's rewarding, So that's making it in a sense. That's a form of success. Now the financial, I didn't get that. The accolades, I did not get that. So I have to be accountable and accept that I didn't reach that goal. So in that sense, that was a failure. But overall, it's not a failure. But partially some of that reason, and not to make excuses, but gatekeeping is real. I'm gonna wrap this video up before it get too long. I'll touch base with y'all on the next one. We gonna be doing more music. Stay posted. We're gonna be doing some more shows in the West Coast area, Vegas, LA, Bay Area coming up. We're gonna do a Young Ed Time to Stack tour, 30-year anniversary. I ain't stopped. I just fell back a little bit, but the demand is coming back. We're gonna give y'all that Time to Stack flavor. We're gonna give you the Young Ed to Big Bread, and I'm gonna share with y'all. I'm gonna keep it, y'all gonna know who I am as a person, man. It ain't just more than just the music with me. So yeah, gatekeeping's real. There's wickedness in the industry. Be careful who you deal with. Money ain't everything. If you gonna give your soul up for some money, then you gotta answer to that. Gone.
Baby, you don't understand. Baby, you don't understand how I never would commit. I need more than one bitch, baby. Baby, you don't understand how a nigga so hot and your nigga so not, baby. Baby, you don't understand. A nigga that's flexing, doing donuts in a fucking intersection. Money turn me on, counting cash, give me an erection. A nigga chasing M's, my nigga be stressing. I'm on a whole nother caliber. Bitch, you better saddle up. Y'all niggas sneak dissing, cause you're still fucking amateurs. Fuck all that talking, I'm stalking. Leave a nigga with bandages, stressed out, dead, fucking stiffer than mannequins. Nigga, I love this money like your fat ass love sandwiches. Looking back over this shit, I wonder why I even ran with him. But now I'm getting money, so that shit don't even matter. And my pockets like your belly, they just keep getting fatter, nigga.